Hello everyone, my name's Stefan Botanist Cool, and today we are painting an Annihilator mech from Battletech. If you guys are enjoying my mini painting and my mini building videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support me. It's free, it's easy, it's just 2 clicks. Anyways, let's get on to the fun stuff. This mech is a continuation of the lance I was working on a week ago. This is part of the Wolf Dragoons Assault Star, and these are all part of my custom mercenary group called the Mosswood Rangers. The Mosswood Rangers are a military branch of a larger company called the Planetary Preservation Project, which, as the name suggests, is all about environmental conservation, especially after the first 2 succession wars where you saw planets just bombarded with WMDs, chemical weapons, and biological weapons that made it unsustainable for life, that made the ecology of the planet plunder, and that made habitability, that is a tough word to say, habitability, like practically impossible on some of these planets. Now, before I get into what I was thinking about for the lore of this group, let me tell you what the painting was all about. We simply used Doombull Brown and Standard Mechanist Gray to make the base brick color, basically even parts of each. If I wanted to be a little grayer, I'd add a little gray, and if I wanted to be a little bit more brown or red, I'd add a little bit more Doombull Brown. After that, we ended up doing pin washing with Nuln Oil. I have been enjoying pin washing the mechs because it just makes a lot more sense to me, in my personal opinion. Maybe if I take specific colors instead of just using pure Nuln Oil and then wash like a overall body wash of those specific colors on some of these guys, I'll be a lot happier. But with Nuln Oil alone, I've really been enjoying the pin washing and just hitting certain areas with the wash rather than doing a full body wash. I then did dry brushing where I mixed Doombull Brown and then Uniform Gray from Army Painter, and then Doombull Brown and Gray Seer from Citadel, where I just kept making it a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter. What I plan to do eventually is mix Doombull Brown and a little bit of white, like either Corax white or just matte white or something like that, and just kind of dabbing on a few very specific edges. I don't want to touch the edges of the mech too much because it looks fantastic as is. It's just a lot more subtle, and I don't know how to make it more pronounced while dry brushing without making the rest of the mini also that lighter color. I want to keep that very dark brick color on the underneath part and make the edges stand out a bit more for the dry brushing. But that's something just to practice with and keep understanding as time goes on. As I mentioned in previous videos, the mechs, the tanks, or the aerospace fighters that have that brick color are typically leaders of the squadron. So this Annihilator would be the leader of this lance. Now, I don't know if that's a good choice. I just like this thing and I think it looks sweet, so I decided this is gonna be the leader, and that's what I stuck with. Before I seal these minis, the last thing I'm gonna have to do to all 5 of them in the lance is start to put moss on them. You guys probably saw it when I did with the Visigoths a while back, but basically I'm just gonna dry brush a little bit of various greens on there using a brush that I broke a long time ago. That's not quite a dry brush, but has like a few like bristles going in every direction and kind of has like this weird dome shape to it, so it kind of acts a little bit like a dry brush, but at the same time it just kind of gets like dots and splots everywhere, kind of like super stippling, I guess. I'll be using that to get moss all throughout the mechs at random, because every pilot in this group is supposed to customize how much moss is where and how to their own liking. And honestly, that'll be it for the actual minis. I'm gonna enjoy them as is, and I'm gonna display them, and I'll be happy after I base them. So that's the entire plan for the rest of the minis. When it comes to the lore of this group, I'm still trying to make sense of what exactly I want to do. Either I want to have the group have its roots after the first succession war, where either a botanist or a horticulturalist finds rare plants from certain planets that have been absolutely destroyed and sells them to rich people, or works in agriculture because it is a extreme necessity at that point to get agricultural goods from one planet to the other through jump ships that are slowly becoming rarer and rarer and rarer in that time. Or potentially start after the second succession war, with the Lyran Commonwealth. When I was listening to videos, specifically the ones done by Sven that were like 5-6 hours long and are absolutely fantastic, he mentioned this character named Rebecca Morgan, who acted as regent for her daughter when she was too young to rule the Lyran Commonwealth. And because she wasn't a complete a-hole and supported her daughter, she was then later moved to working with endangered animals in like this environmental services department for the Lyran Commonwealth or something like that, which I'm like, maybe the creator of the Planetary Preservation Project started in that same department and eventually split off, which is something that, as I do more lore research, I might want to consider. I don't know, you guys tell me. Again, I'm brand new to the lore still, so I'm still learning a lot, and I'm still finding ways to incorporate this mercenary group and company into the universe itself, so I'd love to hear your suggestions. Anyways, guys, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's the best way to support me. If you want to support me more intimately, there is a throne. There's no obligation to purchase anything off of it, though. As always, thank you very much. I hope you all had a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.